Hello everyone, welcome back to another bit late episode of Bareham Engines. Let's get straight into a little bit of new part modding. Bit of a modification going on here, mate, to new parts. People in the comments, or viewers, are going to either
love or hate it,
I think you're right, mate. So we've got new mini pistons. What's the engine?
It's N18.
N18. So this is an original piston, and this apparently is a low comp item, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're finding it very difficult to find these pistons. This looks like a new piston, but it actually isn't. You've just blasted the crown so we can see what's going on. But these are the items that come under the registration. But as you can see, mate, if we put a pin in here, this is what we normally do to compare correct compression heights. Put a pin through both and see where we are, lot. First of all, you can see the new piston is about 1 millimetre higher than the old one, as in the outside edge. And then you've got all this gubbins here.
Yeah, it's like a bit more of a high comp piston, isn't it?
It's like a high comp
like
piston.
An NA one or something.
We're struggling to find these ones. We've seen
0.5.
them. Yeah, in 0.5, because that's what we need. Thank you for adding that. So we've done all load of measurements, mate, and we've come up with a conclusion that it's pretty much the same piston. This bowl height is the same, and so are the valve pockets. Although they look deeper on there, they're actually not. It's just an optical illusion because of the outside. So basically what I've done, mate, is I'm going to mod the crown. And here's one I did earlier. So that was that, and you can see now, look, basically all I've done is turn it down to the same height.
Yeah, which, to be honest, that looks like it's what Marla did from the factory.
I think so. Looks like it, doesn't it? The crown thickness is the same, so it's not like we've machined it and made it weaker anywhere.
No.
It's exactly the same, mate. They've just put more casting on here to bring up the compression.
Well, basically, I guess they start with the same design and then they just machine them to that. So really, all we're doing is the same as what they would have done.
Exactly.
Just face them down.
Only one problem with turning the crown of these. There ain't a lot of skirt to hold in the 3-jaw, and probably not a great idea anyway because you've got this PTFE coating on there.
It's quite thin, you wouldn't want to clamp too hard.
Exactly. So what we're doing, mate, we're using this homemade kit here. We've got a bar that goes all the way through the chuck and comes out the back, and we put a loop on the end. It's got a little spacer that sits in the back there and a nut to tighten it. Oh. This is an old pin, by the way. It's not a new pin. This is one of the old pins. We sit this against the back of the chuck, put the pin through the loop, he says, like so.
So that, the pin goes through the loop of that bar.
Through the loop. So we're not using the jaws at all. And then what I do is just nip this up, this nut at the back. And what that's doing is it's pulling the bar through, and the loop is literally pulling the pin back and pulling the piston into the chuck there, just tight enough to turn the face. You can see how that's running out there. So all I'm going to do is just clock it with this clock, run a clock on the outside edge there, mate.
Yeah.
Get it clocked in perfectly. What I've done is I've set the tool at that angle there to get that correct.
So you've got to get your little...
So we've got this little bit right.
Doney bit.
And I'm turning it from the back, so we have the chuck going the opposite way to what it normally does, and I'm doing a back cut right up to there. So I've took my measurements off an original, so I know exactly where to go. I've zeroed it on there, and I'm literally taking a measurement from that top ring groove to the outer edge, which is 200 thou, and just turning it to that.
Nice.
One more to go, mate. So I'll just clock this in and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So, mate, you can see there we've got that pretty good now, pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Just nip the back up. So we'll pull that out the way. You can see that's running the opposite way, look. Make sure it's all nice and true. You can see that I've removed that top ring so it's easier to clock in. You can see that's running nice and true. So what I do, just going to give it one decent cut back. So go to the 0. And that's the first cut there. Don't want to stop that with my hand again, do I, mate? There we go, 0. And I've done a cut right to the very edge. So now I can take a measurement with my vernier. 227 thou. So I know we've got 27 thou. Just do a 20 thou cut. Easy as that, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's probably going to leave me about 5 to 7 thou to take off the edge there, mate. And I'm just going to do a tiny little chamfer right at the edge to take that burr off, put the top ring on, give it a clean. Jobs are good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there we go.
Proper job.
Wow, guys. I don't think you've seen this picture before, have you? I have been promising for a couple of weeks now, and I do apologise, guys, for the wait. I basically haven't had a great deal of time to come down. I've been doing a bit of decorating at home. But, guys, I've managed to find the time, and don't get too excited. This is what myself and my little boy call the man cave. This is it. This is what all the fuss has been about. We've obviously been doing plenty of work over the last few weeks, sorting all this out, getting it how we want it. And to be honest with you guys, I am absolutely over the moon with it. I'm sure you'll agree, rather than have these project cars and sort of personal cars tucked in work and in and out of the place and sort of encroaching in not only the workspace, but the work time really, when we should be focusing more on work. We've basically got the unit, guys, and we've got 3 of the cars down here. I did sort of wait a couple of days because this was meant to be down here before last weekend or on Saturday, but Stuart didn't manage to get it finished. He's been very tied up lately doing other stuff, but he's managed to get it done, guys, and I'll show you in a minute all the hard work that he's put into that. Obviously the Lambos here, the kit cars there, that's nice to have that off the ramp, guys. But first of all, let's just have a little look around. So we've got some nice canvas pictures here, and these, if you notice, these are all of engines and stuff that Barham Engines have done. There's Isaac's first Subaru build, and that is his own Subaru, which, as if you watch the channel, you'll know that it is now out the vehicle again, and he's doing it again. We've even got one over here of the BMW, and this is pretty much what our E30 is going to be like, guys. So hopefully in a couple of months, we're going to have that E30 down here. Let's just show you this little area. Obviously, we've got more stuff to do, but courtesy of Pat Williams in Barnstable, they have supplied us a nice toolbox there. That Superline Pro, it's not snap-on, but it's pretty good. And I'll tell you what, value for money is unreal. So what I've been doing over the last few weeks, guys, we've got this down here, and I've been just stocking up with all the tools that John and I will need. We've got pretty much, I've basically got almost as much as I've got at work. All the drawers have got plenty of stuff in. And down here, we've got lots of wiring connectors. Yes, guys, I've been having a go at wiring. I'm going to show you that in a minute. My father-in-law has put up a nice desk there, guys. We've got some marketplace stools that we can sit on. I've put some lights underneath there so it's nice and light. And I've been having a whale of a time on here. Even made use of that Ford sign that has been sitting upstairs in the mezzanine in the other unit. And I should probably put some lights behind there and make it all fancy. Heater there that's been stuck in one of John's spare rooms for ages. But yeah, it's lovely, guys. Now, let's have a little look under the bonnet of this Escort. So, why have I bought loads of wiring stuff? Well, basically, I am going to be having a go at building the loom for the Escort Mark 1. So, as you can see, look, guys, that is looking pretty underneath this, let's call patinaed Mark 1, which I absolutely love the way it is. And you can see now that is looking lovely. The throttle bodies are all on. The linkage is all set up. There's been bits missing from that, and Stuart's put quite a lot of work in to get that correct. We've got all the decent connectors and that on the fuel lines. So we've got a nice fuel pressure gauge there, the fuel pressure regulator. Down there, we've got the vacuum manifold that goes to the throttle bodies. Over here, we've got fuse box and relay box there that's all pre-wired, got to be put in. Obviously, the coil pack there. So basically, guys, I've spent probably 3 or 4 weeks now researching how to do these motorsport looms. It all started when I had a sort of quote for doing the BMW loom. So that would be a chassis loom, an engine loom, obviously. Very expensive. But I thought, you know what? What a car to be pretty much doing it yourself on, or at least having a go. So I've spent, as I say, 4 weeks researching ChatGPT, quite a lot of it, guys. I know you've got to be careful with that, but I have been using ChatGPT, looking at wiring diagrams. Been and bought all the kit. So it all started when, obviously, Emerald sent me like a universal loom, let's say. They've sent me the diagram and all this. So as I say, I've been studying this. ChatGPT has, after I put heaps of information in and learned, it's ended up sort of giving me this diagram with a load of other stuff, and I've actually done the first part of my loom, guys. So we'll just grab one of my torches, guys, here that I've purchased from Pat Williams, same as what we've got at work. Right, if I just show you this first, if you have a look over there at the back, one of those Deutsch 21 pin connectors, the professional ones, guys, going through the bulkhead, and that goes through here into the passenger footwell. And if we have a look down here, obviously all a little bit unfinished here, but we've got the Emerald ECU, and that connector up here goes through the bulkhead. So this wiring here, guys, you see with this lovely motorsport sheathing, all professionally done, might I add. We have got the loom that goes to, obviously to the pins there, and that is a quick release connector, so we can unplug the loom from the other side if we ever take the engine out or want to take the loom out, and this is just separate. We've got a big coil of wire there, that goes through, so you see the end there goes through that hole, and that is your crank pickup, so that's got to be separate to the big loom. And then you've got this little coil here, and that is for a shift light if we want to run one. So I have done that myself, guys. I've taught myself, I've connected it all properly, I've got all the correct heat shrink and the tape and this lovely sheathing. Actually, guys, it is all how it should be with a bit of luck. So that is the first bit of wiring really I've ever done. So the idea is what we're going to be doing. Obviously, I bought that, if we go through to here, we've bought this fuse and relay box. It's all pre-wired, so that's going to make it a lot easier. For those pins there, we're going to go in through here with all the necessary things we need. So really, I think we only need 4 of those. So we've just got a 6 relay one, so we've got 2 that are spare. If I go over here, lot, I'm so excited. It feels really weird doing a video down here. It feels like I ain't never done one before. I'm used to doing them all at work. So I've got these Deutsch DT connectors, a big box of 2 to 12 pins. And I'm going to be basically doing everything off sub looms. So all my injector loom is like a sub loom, so that just connects in. Same with the coil wiring. So it'll all be quick release. If we ever want to sort of make a spare, or if we ever go and do track days and want to make a spare sort of sub loom for the injectors or something like that, I can do. But the idea of it is, if this all goes to plan and it goes good and I find it easy enough, I might even have a little go at doing the BMW wiring. Let me know down in the comments whether you think that's a wise idea, but I don't see why not. If I get the hang of it and it all looks nice and tidy, could save us a lot of money. And not only that, guys, but it's going to be same as this, lots more content for the channel, innit? Just have a quick look round on the boot. You see in here, should get me torch. Stuart has plumbed all this in. So what we've got is the original fuel pump for the carburetors, which is now going to be acting as a lift pump for the swirl pot. 2 filters go into each, and we've got the pump down there for the injectors, which is coming all from there. So that's all your fuel setup, guys. And the only thing we had to do, we've got the existing tank here, and we've had to put a return into the top of the original tank rather than us running a separate tank, just so we can keep the original. So yeah, Stuart's been really hard at it. Now before we go any further, guys, I know what you're going to be thinking, what's happening with John's bit, because I know that not just for the cars, but the idea was to give John somewhere to work when he decides to semi-retire, basically. Not only that, but for evenings, weekends, get him out of the house, get him down here, get him tinkering with his Austin, with his other car. We've not only got the area for our cars, we have reserved this lovely little area for John's Austin. Right, it's got new LED lighting, it's got your plug sockets, plenty of them. What we're going to be doing is we've got a nice new kitchen cabinet that's going to be going up here that John can store all his bits and bobs for his Austin. So I know this looks fairly small on the camera actually, but it's actually really big. You could get me Lambo in here easy. So with that little Austin 7, it's going to be cushy. What we're going to do is put a little sort of sofa here, and obviously you've got the bench there for John. So when he's down here, you know, obviously I'm not going to have all this stuff laid out all the time. That'll all be moved. But this entire area is going to really be for John to sort of work on his Austin and have a little tinker. Come down here with Fred, his friend, and yeah, let me know what you reckon, guys. Is this sufficient for him? He's been down here, he's absolutely over the moon with it. So going to be a great opportunity for John, I do think, guys. Let me know what you think of the whole place, guys. I'm going to be sitting down in a minute at my laptop in the peace and quiet with no children, editing this video. I'm really excited. It's been a long time coming, and it just means that I can breathe. This is not only somewhere to keep the cars, it's somewhere that I can sort of escape to, relax. It's somewhere else we can do some videos. It's another different bit of scenery for you guys, something a little bit different to the engine. So we've now all of a sudden got sort of two parts of the channel, haven't we? In a minute, I'm going to be getting tucked into that wiring. You can see here, this is the wiring which I'm going to be putting the plug on. So this is the other end of this plug. See that? And that is going to be wired all into this end. And then once I've done that, we can go. See, we've got mountains of wires there, guys. Going to be interesting, isn't it? Something different to building engines, bit of wiring. Who knows? We could be specialising in it in the future. But there we go, guys. The new unit. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And we'll see you in another video. And hopefully, plenty of videos in here. Take it easy, guys. Have a great evening. Cheers.